Hi guys, jump in the chat and say hi and let me know if you're here. I see a couple of people join, but I haven't seen anybody comment yet. Oh wow, a whole bunch of people. Hi everybody. Hey Mosen. Love back to you from here. So glad you're here from India. That's awesome. What time is it there right now? Are you like up in the middle of the night? Feels like it would be the middle of the night right now. Is it? Yeah, I kind of figured it would be. Well, I decided to clean out my tackle box and restring my rods, and thought maybe I would just put up a live so I could say hi to you guys. 2:24 a.m. Oh man, it's Sunday already. Yeah. Wow. Are you working late or do you a night owl? Hi, Icky. How are you? Thanks for saying hi. How's everybody doing? Hi, Ali and Emma. Hi, Babita. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Correct me if I'm not. Just came home from outside party. Awesome. Super cool. I'm from Southern Nevada, but right now I'm in Southern Utah. I'm up Beaver Mountain, sitting about 9,000 foot level. I don't know if you guys can see behind me, but quickies and pines. It's been raining up here. It smells absolutely amazing. We've been doing some fishing, and I decided to clean out the tackle box. I'm working on I've got my fishing rod here. My poor reel has been abused, and we're oiling it up and getting it ready to go out and do some more fishing this afternoon. I've got some friends up with me, and oh yeah, the background is amazing, isn't it? I think I should just move and let you guys look at the background. We've been watching out the window here, and there's squirrels that will jump from tree to tree. It's amazing watching them because they're just fearless. They'll jump from one edge of the branch to the next. Lucky day you wish. Oh man. Hi Lily. Ali and Emma, I hope at some point in the near future you can get up to tree level 2. I don't know where you're at. Where are you saying hi from? How is it going, Lily? Oh man, I'm so sorry. My prayers to you for healing. I hope that you can have strength and comfort as you face this. That is so hard. Mashta Joe, yes. I have crossed paths with predators that can eat me. I've seen bears. The closest encounter I had actually was when I was younger. I used to love going out right after it snowed and tracking the different animals, going out and looking for their tracks. And I remember one time I was out in the hills and it had just snowed. It was just fresh powder snow, and was walking around tracing rabbit tracks and deer tracks, and was walking along the ledge of the mountain range that's here in Utah. And I looked up on the ledge above me and realized that I was being stalked by a cougar. And I was a lot younger. I was just a boy when that one happened. And I remember just running for my life because I knew if that cougar got me, I probably weighed like half as much as that cat. It was like a monster cat. He was so big. So yeah, I've run into those. You give bears a safe distance. If you ever see a bear, we give them a wide berth to make sure that we don't mess with them. So how about you, Masta? Have you ever run into a predator that can eat you? How many fishes did we catch today? You know, we haven't gone out and fished yet today. We went out yesterday just for a little bit, and we caught 3 beautiful rainbow trout out on the river. We're gonna have a video coming out where I'll show that. I had brought some friends up, and their two kids had never been fishing before. And I gave them a 100% guarantee that if they brought them up the mountain here, we'd catch them some fish. And we did. We caught them rainbow trout yesterday. And we ended up keeping one of them and cooking it up for dinner. So hopefully in the next video, you guys will be able to see that, that rainbow trout. How many fish? Show us as well with the back camera. Oh, is it not super clear? I can flip it around. Do you guys want to see around? Let me put, I've been oiling my reel here for my, for the gears on my reel. Let me put this back on and I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you guys the whole view. Hi, Kevin. Welcome to the chat. How are you? Hawaii. Well, I should be saying aloha and throwing you some shaka. My sister and my brother live in Hawaii. I absolutely love Hawaii. It's one of my favorite places. All right, let me see if I can give you guys a view. I got to move these fishing rods though so that I don't trip over a fishing rod. All right, so I'm gonna pick you guys up and flip the camera around here, and that way you guys can see the pine trees and the mountains. So this is the view off of the spot that I'm currently sitting at. It's absolutely beautiful up here at Pine and Quakey level, and it's gorgeous. It's amazing. Oh, Lily, that is hard. I am really sorry. Sincerely, my heart goes out to you. That is really difficult. That is so hard. I wish there was something more exciting that I could be doing than just doing a live stream, sitting with the trees in the background for you. Amen to that. You will. I don't think that what happens here is the end. I think there's more after this. And I do truly hope that there are some spots in whatever place we go to after this that have quaking aspens and pine trees and some good fishing. I really do hope that. Well, I got the reel oiled up. It's running smooth now. I don't know if you guys can see it. Ooh, it feels like butter after putting a little bit of reel oil on there. Can I ask you, Lily, what kind of cancer it is? If you don't want to share, you don't have to. I'm honored that you're spending some of your last moments here with me. Yeah, you can. Nice. All right. So the next thing is I have some fishing line on here that's starting to get a little bit frayed and torn. I'm going to just be replacing this. But I don't know if you guys have been watching the videos. I kind of wanted to give you guys an opportunity to Q&A or just say hi. I don't get a lot of opportunities to interact with some of the viewers on the channel, so I wanted to get on and meet up with some of you guys and say hello. So if you guys have any questions about past videos or some of the places that I've been, feel free to ask. All you want to see is me. That is so sweet. My heart is breaking for you, Lily. I really wish I had service to take you down to the river and go fishing or something. Motion, have you ever been to my country? I have not. I've always wanted to go. It's on my bucket list. So my sister, actually the one that lives in Hawaii, she has been over there on like 4 or 5 humanitarian missions. And she's where I learned everything I know about India. And she's actually the reason that I fell in love with Indian food. She came to my house and we cooked homemade curry for the first time last year Christmas, and ever since then I've been obsessed. Every restaurant that I can go to, I just absolutely love Indian cuisine. I love the culture. The people are just so kind and loving. So not yet, but someday I would love to come to India. I think that'd be amazing. Hi Camden, how are you? Right now I'm spooling this extra line off of my reel. I don't know if you guys can see me. I'm kind of like rocking back and forth here. I'm just spooling this old line off of my fishing reel because I'm going to replace it. I've got some brand new fishing line. I'm good. I'm better now that you're here and saying hi. So happy you stopped by. So I stopped down at the little fishing place and I got me some of my favorite fishing lines called Fire Line. I'm going to replace that on my reel here. Yes, food's really spicy, and unity and diversity persists in India with all religions living joyfully. That is so true. They really are just such a loving and accepting people. And the food, I like the spicy food. Very much so. In fact, I had Indian food. I mean, I guess I should say American Indian food, but it's pretty close from a place that. So I know this is sad because everybody says they eat tikka masala, but that's my favorite thing that they have there. But they also have like samosas with like a really amazing tamarind chutney and mint chutney sauce that are really good from there. But my favorite thing is they make a Peshwari naan. And the Peshwari naan, I think it's made with, I want to say it's like crushed up cashew and golden raisin and fennel, and I'm trying to remember what else is in it, but yeah, I absolutely love the spicy stuff. Oh, garlic naan and butter naan, yes, for sure. Camden, where are you saying hi from? I haven't... We're getting close on that reel, getting that line off that reel here. Getting pretty close. Maybe Camden stepped out. Mosen, do you fish where you're at? I know you guys eat a lot of fish in your cuisine, but do you go out fishing? Hi again, Lily. Oh, you're in Delhi, okay. Yeah, you got to get out of the city if you want to go fishing there, huh? Okay. So yeah, you're like you're in one of the biggest cities in the country. Probably one of the biggest cities in the world, right? I don't have a computer beside me. I'd look up the population, but yeah, that's a big city. Well, I guess until you can get out into the country, you can live vicariously through us. You can come watch some fishing. I don't know, did any of you guys see the last video where we took Vincent fishing up Woods Ranch, up the kids' pond? I don't know if you guys have seen that one yet. Obviously 30 million in Delhi only. Wow. That is massive. It's so big. Yeah, a week ago, I took my little boy up and we went fishing in Woods Ranch, which is just up from Cedar City, Utah. And he caught a whole bunch of fish. We nearly got rained out. All right. I'm almost at the end of this reel, fishing out this line. Oh, we had a whole bunch of people on here just a minute ago. Just a few people saying hi. If you haven't said hi in chat, everybody, just drop a comment and say hi and tell me where you're from. Lily with some hearts. Thank you, Lily. I feel like I should take off my glasses. I can see just fine from here. Yeah, if you're in chat and you haven't said hi, drop me a hello and tell me where you're from. Where you're tuning in at. We're just cleaning out my tackle box and restringing a fishing pole. We are going to do some fishing tonight. I'm going to be taking these kiddos down to a reservoir that's up Beaver Mountain that has 3 different species of trout. They have rainbow trout and tiger trout, and they also have brown trout. And they're actually, the way I found out about the lake was there was actually a state record caught brown-sized trout out of that lake. So yeah, Lily, we want to go get some fish. It must be 4 p.m. here. It is 3. You're really close. Yeah, you were like dead on. Yep, 4. Or no, 3 o'clock. Yep, 3:10. That's right. We're over on the West Coast, but we're in mountain time right now. Normally, I think, let's see. Normally we would be in Pacific Standard Time if we were down where we were at in Southern Nevada. I don't know what that emoji means, Lily. It looks like a cold face, maybe? Oh, we're almost down at the bottom of this. It takes a long time to get this line off of here. But it's good because it was getting pretty tattered and frayed. I don't know if you guys can see that top layer of it, but it's super dirty because I've been fishing this line for probably a year. Oh, it's a clock. I see it now. I see the hand marks. It kind of looked like a little face because it was blue. It kind of looked like a cold face. But yeah, I see it now. I see the clock. Well, I feel like this is kind of boring. Hopefully I'm not boring you guys. I just, right before you guys all got on, I started cleaning out the tackle box and got the tackle box all cleaned out and got everything organized into little compartments. So I've got all my fishing lures and my hooks. And I've got one with all of my bobbers and everything ready in it so that we're all ready for some trout fishing tonight. What are my thoughts on AI? That is a really deep question. So I will give you an answer. I use it every single day. I think AI can do really, really fantastic and amazing things. The way I look at it is it's kind of like the equivalent of having a 12,000 IQ friend that you have immediate access to. So I actually have some premium AI accounts that I use for doing various things. I don't really even use Google anymore. When I want to look something up, I always hit up OpenAI or Grok. And with that said, that's kind of the upside. I think that there's some major advancements that are coming our way from AI. But I also feel like just like with anything, I kind of lived through the boom of the internet age, you know, when the dot-com era. And obviously there's good that come from technological advances, but then there's also bad. And I think that we just kind of have to take both. We have the good actors and the bad actors, and I just hope that the good actors are better at it than the bad actors. But yeah, I think AI is amazing. I think it really can do some fantastic stuff. ChatGPT. There's definitely some, you know, there's definitely some things that are alarming and concerning. I think that there's a lot of, catching up that we have to do in terms of regulation and use, and you know, we're kind of behind on that. But overall, I think AI is amazing, particularly for personal use. But I do think that for some of the technological advances that we're going to gain and garner within the coming years, it's going to be really influential in our culture and technological advances having AI. So I don't know. Hopefully that answers your question. If you want me to get more specific about something specific, feel free to ask. I'm excited for Starlink. They did something with T-Mobile where they're making it so you can get internet service from anywhere. And I'm looking forward to that maybe coming to some of the other mobile carriers, because I think it'd be the coolest thing to be able to do a live stream from the side of a lake or the side of a river with you guys and be able to do some fishing with you guys nearby. And we did one other live stream where we did that. We ended up not catching anything, and then after we ended the live stream, we hooked up on a catfish, like right after. Coming with, yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how you can kind of get internet anywhere. I don't think it'll be long now before all of our phones will have service no matter where we're at. I think it's just a matter of time before those satellites are servicing. And it wouldn't surprise me if the other carriers, you know, like AT&T and T and Cricket and Verizon and a lot of the other carriers here in the US would start maybe doing some leasing of services off of like Starlink satellites. That may end up happening pretty soon, I think. Sooner than we would think. So I got bees here that they're trying to say hello, but I'm kind of nervous. Do some heart hands back too. There you go, Lily. Well, I guess I had more line on here than I thought I had. We're getting down to it though. Thank you. I appreciate the like. That helps a ton, having people like stuff. Then the algorithm says, hey, we should send some more people his way to say hello. Well, there's a few more people in chat out there. I see 8 people. And right now, Lily and Mosin are the only ones chatting. If you're out there and watching, say hello. I'd love to hear from you. You got the dab going on, Lily? All right. Well, maybe while I got you guys on, all our CCTV right now, only surveillance. That's possible, maybe, yeah. Maybe you think the other 6 are Are somebody watching? Have I tried matcha? That sounds really familiar. Can you remind me what it is? I think I have. I'm trying to remember. Matcha. It's a drink. I know that, but I'm trying to remember what's in it. What's in matcha? You know, I'm trying to remember if I have. I get it from Starbucks. I don't really go to Starbucks all that much. So I live in a very small rural town, and there's not really any Starbucks there. Starbucks. How do you say the plural form of Starbucks? Does anybody know? It's probably just Starbucks, right? If you go, it's made from a garden from the sprouts, like the leaves. I'm gonna have to look that up, Lily. I've never tried it. Are you drinking some right now, or is that one of your favorite drinks? I have tried boba. Yeah, I love boba. You like tea, Mosin? What kind of tea do you like? No, it tastes like grass. Matcha tastes like grass. Maybe I have had it then, because I've had something that does. I really like green herbal things though, a lot. But Mosin, what's your favorite kind of tea? What kind of tea do you like to drink? Matcha tastes like grass. Yeah, I think I have had matcha before. Yeah. Assamese tea. I don't know that. I'm gonna have to look it up. Assamese tea. Yeah, I'll have to go look that up. I've never heard of that before. My favorite kind of tea is there's a company here in the United States called Celestial Seasonings, and they make a tea called Roast Aroma. And it's supposed to be like an alternative to coffee, but they make it and it actually has some flavors you probably would like a flavor profile. I want to say it has like cinnamon and star anise and carob in it, maybe some chicory too. And you prepare it the same exact way, a little bit of sugar and some creamer, and it's absolutely delicious. It's really good cold too if you like doing iced drinks. Boba tastes like? So boba are like they're like little tiny little round filled things inside of your drink, and you drink them, and they have flavor. They're usually flavored like blueberry or raspberry or acai, something like that. Midas 22 said Celestial Seasons. Yep. That's my favorite brand of tea. I like Celestial Seasons. So Roast Aroma if it's the morning time. And that's the one that has cinnamon and star anise and carob and chicory, I think are the flavor profiles in that one. And then I really like, there's one called Sleepy Time for bed. And that one I think it's a chamomile. Have you tried paella or paella? Yes, I think I have had paella. Can you remind me what it is? Paella. That sounds really familiar. Guys, we did it. I got to the bottom of the line on the fishing reel here. So now I'm gonna reel on the replacement line. Get a pair of scissors and snip this here. A Filipino dish, rice, shrimp, fish, full on. Yes, I think I have had paella. You like that? It's kind of like a curry, but it's Filipino. Is that right? You know, I don't know if there's like a specific flavor for boba in general. The boba that I've had it's been flavored. They have different flavors of boba that you can get. All right. So I've got some backing line here. I'm gonna put it up through the eyes of the fishing rod. Oh yeah, like biryani, yes. Because they make a shrimp biryani, don't they? Isn't there a shrimp biryani? I know for sure they have like shrimp or chicken biryani, but do they make a shrimp biryani? Can you guys see that the sun came out? I've been sitting here in clouds, but it's like really, really bright now. It's super bright. Okay, guys, time to put on the new fire line here. I love that the store that I go to and buy this from is one of those old-fashioned stores, and they still put a sticker on the fire line. It comes in a roll like this. That's what the line looks like. I might have to take my jacket off. It's getting hot with the sun on my back. I look like a pro doing that. Thank you. I've been doing it for a long time. I grew up fishing in these mountains all growing up as a kid. Okay. All right, got to get this line loose here. Sorry if there's a bunch of noise in the background. Somebody just started, I think they're chainsawing a log or something. I can't quite tell what it is exactly that they're doing. Okay. So I've got my backing line here. I'm going to tie a knot to join my backing line and my new fishing line on, and I've got it set up through the eyes of my fishing rod here. Cutting of trees, yeah, I think that's what it is. Guess what? What, Lily? I'm going to tie a knot that's going to join these two lines together, and then I can start reeling this other line up in. Wish my camera could capture the knot tying here. It's pretty small though. It's kind of hard to get that on a camera. There's my little tiny knot. I don't know if you guys can see it. If I do it right, these two knots should just pull together and cinch up just like that. So I just put those two lines together. Oh, I don't know if you didn't hear me. I saw, guess what? What? You're going to a baby shower. Well, that's exciting. For a friend or a family member. Working on it very deliberately. Yep. Let me make sure that this line's nice and tight on this. It's getting so bright behind me. The sun came out. I can barely see the screen because it's so bright. Okay. All right, got that line nice and tight on there. Got my knot. Let me see if I can put it up a little closer to the. You guys see that? Got it on there. So then I'm gonna take these tag ends off. I'm gonna snip these. I always try and be really careful to hold on to them so I don't litter them about. So I'm gonna cut both of those off. Maybe if my scissors were sharp, I could do that. Let's try it one more time. Okay, got it. You're going to a baby shower today. Whose baby shower is it? Is it a friend or a family member? All right, there's our knot after the cut. You can barely even see that there's two different lines there. But this side of the line is black and this side of the line is white. So now I just have to start reeling it up onto the pole. So I'm gonna pick up my pole here. I'm gonna hold that line tight against like this. I'm gonna close the bail on my reel. And I'm just gonna start reeling and put that line onto my new fishing pole. Oh, I just felt something weird go across that. What was that? Oh, it was my knot. There we go. You were able to see the small knot? Awesome. So here I'm holding the line tight so that it goes onto the reel tight. And here's my reel, and you can kind of see the black line that's on the back of it, and that white line's starting to cover it up. And that white line's what we're going to replace the whole reel length with. We're going to put white fire line. And the reason I love fire line, I don't know if you guys have seen me talk about it in any of the videos, but fire line is different from normal fishing line. Normally, people use something called the monofilament, which is what you'd find on most standard fishing poles. But fire line is more like, the way I could describe it, it's almost like tooth floss. But it's not soft or breakable like tooth floss. It's actually really, really strong. In fact, let me pull the tip of the rod down here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So it's a fused line, so that it has multiple pieces of line, but watch what happens. If I pull on this line here, it will not break, even with like a nice big fish on there. It's a really, really strong fishing line, but because it behaves like floss, when you get it in a knot, it doesn't make it so you can't get it undone. It actually makes it a lot easier to get the knot out. So, all right, I'm just reeling that line up on here. You guys can, maybe I should hold it up here so you guys can see it. Just trying to pull that whole spool up on there. And you guys can't see this, it's off screen, but that spooling off of this spool right here, that line's just flying off of the top of this and onto my fishing rod as I'm reeling it in. The other thing that's really nice about this line is when you go to cast it, it casts out really far. It flies off of your pole, different from monofilament. Monofilament retains, we call it a memory. So because it's wrapped up in a circle on the reel, it actually maintains the monofilament type, maintains that looping. So when you cast it out, that line will have just a whole bunch of loops in it in the water. Whereas this line, when you cast it out, it just goes straight out on the water. In fact, if you get like a really good cast, you'll see it go straight out and it creates an arc and then it just falls down onto the water in a perfect line. Bye, Lily. Please take care. I'm so sorry for everything you're facing right now, but I do hope that you have a good time at the baby shower. Prayers and best wishes to you. Thank you for stopping by to say hello. I'm so glad you were here. Motion saying, take me to the baby shower. Just fishing that line up on there. Oh, well, that was the end of the, I got to the bottom of it right there. That's the end of the line. So let's take this little piece out right here, and we're all done. We got a full thing of line on there. 125 yards of line. Perfect. All right. Just get this one ready for taking it out later. I'm going to put in the little divot right there. I don't know if you guys can see this, but there's like a little divot right here that line's going to sit inside so that it doesn't just be loose hanging out and around. So there it is, tugged in right through there. So that line's all ready to go. Motion, I wish I could take you fishing with me. How hard is it to get out into the country to go fishing there? Is it pretty hard? All right, I've got my little boy's fishing rod to here too now. This is, I don't know if you guys can see it, it's actually got Avengers on it, but it's a little ugly stick dock runner. This is one of my favorite types of poles here. Yeah, that one's all done, yeah. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, we got it all on there. We got that whole spool. It's empty now. We got the whole spool of fire line on there. All, what is it, 125 yards. If you're metric, 114 meters of line that are on that now. So I should be able to cast that out nice and far when I'm out fishing. I'm really excited about that. 10 hours journey to the countryside by car. Wow. So yeah, it is a big stretch for you then. That's hard. Well, I bought a spool of fire line for the little boy's rod. If you gotta go, just let me know, but I might just keep going right here. That way if you wanna hang out, we can. If not, maybe some other folks will pop in too. Really glad you're here. Thanks for keeping me company. I'm really glad you joined the live stream so I could chat with you. All right, we're on the same process, pulling the old line off of another fishing pole here. Here we go. Yeah, 10 hours by car, that's a long ways to go fishing. I guess some people don't know how lucky they are, right? Maybe I should I pull out a couple of other things here because the reeling lineup's kind of boring. Let's see if I can show you a couple of the things that we use out here. I don't know if you've ever heard of power bait, but this is something that the trout really like. I'll show you the inside of it. It almost feels like clay on the inside, and it's sparkly. And we'll take those and we'll put those on a hook. Let me see if I can show you what kind of hook we put those on. So we put those, we call it a cheese hook, is what we put those on. And that's just another, you can buy stuff they call it cheese, but we call this cheese too. So a cheese hook looks like, let me see if I can get one out of here without poking my finger here. I think I got one ready right here. Just have to get it off of the other things that are on it. So this one right here, that is a cheese hook. Kind of hard to see, I don't know if it's focusing or not, but it's a treble hook. It has 3 hooks, and if you look, there's a wound wire that goes around the middle of it. And that makes it so when you cast it out, that it doesn't just fly off of the hook. And so you put that on there, and they see the sparkle. I wish I could show you the sparkle. Can I tilt it back and forth and show you the sparkle? So the sparkle kind of attracts them a little bit. And then the smell, it's not very pleasant. It smells like fish. It smells like, it smells just like a fish does. And so, yeah, they're attracted to the smell and the color. They like the different colors of those. So we like doing that. So that's one type of bait that we like to use. Let me show you another one that we like. So this one right here emulates these ones right here. We call them cherries or salmon eggs. And if you've ever seen like a real salmon egg, that's what they kind of look like. There's little bubbles, but they also have like a very fishy smell. They probably smell a lot like if you had caviar. Big fishes think it's small fish going over, and then suddenly they get hooked up. Yeah, so they think that these ones are salmon eggs. Let me show you one that's like that real quick. Like what you're talking about. So like this one right here. This one right here is meant to emulate a fish swimming along. So we use that one for like bass fishing. But then, here, let me pull a couple of others out real quick and I'll show you. I've got my tackle box here. So like this one right here, this one you would hook a hook through, and this one's meant to simulate a crawdad. I don't know if you've heard of a crawdad, but they're like little tiny crawfish or shellfish that we have in a lot of lakes out here. And this is one of the most common things that fish eat out here is crawfish. So I don't know if you can see, it's kind of sparkly too, so it gets their attention. But you would tie a hook to it and then you would reel that along. And then I also have like these right here. This is my favorite lure actually. This one looks just like a fish. When it's swimming by, it spins around and it flashes that silver side. And then it shows this side, which kind of looks like a fish with spots. So they'll swim along and they'll bite on that. I've probably caught more fish on this lure than any lure that I own. And this is one that you throw out in the water and you reel it back, and you throw it out and reel it back until one of them see it. So then we got other ones that kind of do the same thing, like this right here. This is a Meps. Oh, I got an extra hook on there. So this one's a Meps. So that's one that we would toss out there and we would reel back in towards us. And then a lot of times we'll just take a circle hook like this and we'll attach a worm to it, and we'll either put weights a foot up from it or we'll put a bobber on. And the bobbers, I don't know if you've seen the bobbers or not. The bobbers look like this. And I'm sure most people, most people here in the States will know what these are. I'm sure you guys probably have these out in the country if people fish. But you would attach this with a line down and a worm down here, and this floats up here, and then when a fish bites on it, it pulls the bobber underneath the water so that you can see that you're getting a bite. So those are a lot of the different types of baits. There's another one that we use that kind of looks like a crawdad that we would swim along. And then we've got some other ones that are like bass fishing. Let me pull a bass fishing lure out. So this one's like a bass fishing lure. This one actually floats on the top of the water right here. And as you reel this one, it kind of looks like a fish swimming on the water, but it also makes sound. I don't know if you can hear it, but inside there, it's called a rattle bait. But bass kind of go crazy for rattle baits like that. So, and then we have things like fake worms. I don't know if you can see those. And then we got like bright green plastics. These are used a lot in bass fishing. When are you going to fish then? Actually, probably right after I finish this live stream. Yeah, we're gonna probably be going like right after this live stream finishes. So, be pretty quick. So maybe I'll leave my little boy's reel lined up with his fire line that he has on it right now, and maybe I will put the rest of his fire line back on maybe tomorrow sometime. All the instruments are ready. That's right. That's the big thing, is making sure you got all your stuff ready. So here's his reel. Let me let me see if I can pop his off, and the one thing I haven't done yet is I haven't oiled his reel yet. Motion, if we catch a fish tonight, I'll post a picture of it on the channel under the posts section so that you can see it. I can't, because like up here in the mountains, there's no cell service. I wish so bad that I could. But if you, like I said, if you want to watch us fishing, go watch the last video that just came out a couple of days ago. It says the storm almost ruined this on the icon. You have to watch through a little bit because we sat in the truck through part of the storm. But if you want to watch us fish, go watch that one, because we caught like 8 or 9 fish in like less than an hour in that video. It was really good. But someday, yeah, that would be so amazing. Wouldn't that be so cool if I could take you guys fishing with me? I think that'd be so amazing. All right, so I got the little boys here. I'm gonna take the top of his reel off. You got to be really careful when you're doing this, because sometimes there's little springs in there. So I'm going to keep twisting this till it comes completely off. And then I'm going to pop it up out of here. Okay, so that's what the inside of the reel mechanism looks like, is like that. Okay. And a lot of times these will get dirt and grime in them. So I'm going to take, I've got right here some lube for, call it lube or oil for a reel. I'm going to take that stuff and I'm just going to put one little drop right here on this gear. One little drop right down here where the bearings are at. And, you know, it's funny, his actually has a piece of monofilament just hanging out here in the top of his reel. Okay, so I've got that oil on there, that reel oil. We're gonna take that, oh, I had it on the wrong way. That was kind of funny. Put it back on there. Give it a couple of twists to get that oil on it. We're gonna go ahead and put the cap back on the reel. Just like that. And we're gonna give it some turns. And that reel's moving nice. It's doing good. All right, mine's ready, his is ready. I think we're gonna go out and hit the, we'll go out and hit the lake and see if we can catch some fish. I'm excited because what's the cost of it right now there? What do you mean the cost? Like of a fishing rod? Or like the cost to go fishing? Is that what you mean? So like the cost of a fishing rod, if you wanted to buy a fishing rod here, if you buy them from a place called Walmart, we have a giant chain outlet called Walmart. You can buy a fishing rod that, it's not a great fishing rod, but it would cost you maybe $15 to get into a fishing rod and a little tackle box of stuff that you could go out and you could go catch fish with. The fishing license depends on where you're at. If you are from that state, the fishing license are usually around $30 US. If you're from out of state, they're a little closer to $100 US. And so I'm out of state right now. I'm from Nevada, but up here in Utah. So I have $100 fishing license, and that's for the whole year. That pays for me to be able to fish up here for a whole year. So then if you want to get into like a nicer fishing rod like this right here, this is mine. So this is an ugly stick with a Fluger President. This fishing rod and reel probably together would cost you maybe around $100 or $120 United States currency to get into a nice fishing rod like that. So, I don't know, did that answer your question, Mosin? Got it? Yeah. So it can be fairly inexpensive. The other thing that's really nice is in most of the states that I fish in here, they don't have a cost for children. So if you're 12 and under, you don't have to have a fishing license. So it's only if you're 12 and older, if you're an adult. then you have to have a fishing license. So children, you can fish with them as much as you want, but I don't know. Kind of the way I look at it is, $100 for a fishing license, and then if you wanted to get an entry level pole, let's say you got an entry level pole and some basic stuff, you'd be like 120 or 150 United States dollars into that. And I know that sounds like a lot of money, and it probably could feed somebody for quite a while, especially somebody that's living on a lower budget. But it's one of those things that instead of going out and going to the theater or going to the movies or going out and going bowling or going golfing or doing other leisure sports, this just happens to be the one that I enjoy doing the most. And in addition to that, it's something that is a real life skill that if I ever needed to feed my family, I'd be able to do it by catching fish. I could go out and catch fish and do that. And so it's kind of it's something that I really enjoy doing. I'm passionate about doing. I absolutely love fishing. I love the sport of it. I'm always in awe and admire of the beauty of the fish and the creation of the places around me. Like you guys can see where I'm at here. It's just absolutely amazing. These quaking aspen trees here. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these, but these quaking aspen trees actually will grow in families. So all of these quaking aspen trees that are behind me are probably all the same quaking aspen tree, DNA wise, because they send out little sapperlings and then they'll grow more trees out. And I just love the mountains. I love fishing. I love being outdoors. And so that money spent on a fishing license and on a fishing pole is well worth it. And the bigger thing for me is, and this is one of the reasons that I started the YouTube channel, was I wanted for my family to have memories of me that would live on even after I'm gone. So we recently had a passing in our family of somebody that was pretty close to us, and we didn't have a lot of videos or pictures of that person. And it just really kind of opened my eyes and made me think I really want to have something where my family and my children someday, when I'm gone and I've passed away, that they can go back and they can look at the memories that we shared together and have a place, like a repository of those. And they are, right. Memories are, hey, JBL, how are you? But yeah, the memories really are everything. The name of the channel is Trails, Tales, and Treasures. I think most common, the treasures that we hold that actually have the most value are the memories that we have with loved ones and friends. So, JBL, I'm doing good. I don't know if you've been here for a little while or if you just showed up, but we're kind of nearing the end of cleaning out the tackle box. We oiled up our Fluger President reel, and we relined it with Berkeley Fireline so that I'm ready to go out and go fishing. We're just about to hit up a reservoir up Beaver Mountain. Personal best largemouth. I couldn't even tell you because I mostly trout fish. I don't do a lot of bass fishing. So I live down near, like in the area of Lake Mead. Hey, what up, Jennifer? Personal best trout was off of Strawberry Reservoir, and it was a 24-inch rainbow trout. That's the personal best trout I've ever caught. So, which I know compared to some other fishermen, probably not the biggest you can catch out there, but a 24-inch is a pretty big trout. Oh man, I love trout fishing. Trout are a different beast. They're kind of, I have fished bass, and bass are very predatory and instinctive. And trout, it's almost like with trout that you have to kind of like get inside their mind in terms of what they're eating on that lake. Instead of just bass, you could throw like a plastic, almost anything that makes sound and moves, and the bass will bite on a lot of that stuff. But the trout fishing, you got to kind of think about like what they're eating underwater normally, especially if you're fly fishing. You got to look for the fly fishing for flies. I catch largemouth because I live in Alabama, and I think bass is better in Bama than trout. 100%. Yeah, I think if I lived back in the middle states or eastern states, I would definitely be a bass fisherman. But out here, there's so many great mountain areas to go trout fishing. So, all right, Motion, see ya. Thank you so much for being here, man. It was so awesome to talk to you. Hopefully, I can catch you on a future one. Go watch that last video if you want to see us catching some trout. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Back east, somewhere south. Yeah, for sure. You want to go trout fishing so bad. I know there's some great spots that are just north of where you're at there, but they probably be a little bit of a drive. You'd want to definitely go with somebody who knows the area. Can I ask you, JBL, what's your personal best largemouth? That sounds awesome, Motion. Watch it to the end, because the first part of it we almost got rained out, and then we ended up catching a whole bunch of trout. So if you want to see some fish catching, I wish I could take you to the river and do it live with you, man. That would be so cool. Maybe someday in the future I can take you live down to the river or the lake, and we can go do some fishing. Well, guys, we got the fishing pole all oiled up. We got the new line on it. It's getting about that time here in the afternoon, so I'm gonna go grab the kiddos. We're gonna go hop in the car, and we're gonna go hit up the lake and see if we can hook up on that lake that we're going to. There are tiger trout, there's rainbow trout, and there's brown trout. And there's been some record-sized brown trout caught out of that lake. So I'm excited to go down and see if we can get on see if we can go get on some awesome trout down there. So about a month ago, I went fishing at a public lake called Lake Purdy, and I was with my grandfather, and it was around my last call, and it was barely over a 3 pound. Wow, that's a nice bass. Yeah, 3 pounds, that's a good sized bass. Congrats. That's always fun hunting the personal best, isn't it? Out there looking for the next monster pulling out of the water. Yeah, fish brain. Okay. I have fish brain. Purdy. I'll have to go look it up. See if I can find a picture of it. That would be awesome. I love fish brain. Isn't that such a cool app? It's amazing, especially like when you're somewhere that you don't know, you're near a body of water you don't know, and you're like, I wonder if there's fish in here. And I wonder that all the time before fish brain, and now you can just hop on fish brain, and you can go and see what other people have caught. Jackson Lauderdale. Okay, that sounds good. I'll go check it out. Yeah, hopefully if there's other people who watch this in the future, hopefully they can see this chat. If not, I'm going to verbally read it out. So fish brain, Jackson Lauderdale is the name of the account for JBL Fishing. Super cool. Yeah, I'll go on Fishbrain and see if I can go follow you. That way I can see when you hit that next personal best, that big monster largemouth. Can I ask, what did you catch it on? What was that largemouth caught on? Oh, nice. 500 subs. Awesome. A wacky rig. Cool. Do you have a YouTube channel? Let me scroll down. Let me take a screenshot of this just in case YouTube doesn't save it for me. Okay, I got a screenshot of Lake Purdy with Jackson Lauderdale. Yeah, it's this channel. Okay. I'm trying to remember. I think I might be subbed to you, but if not, I'm gonna go. I'll go follow and sub you. So, well, thanks for hopping in. Sorry you caught us right at the end of the live stream. I'm gonna try and maybe next time I'll post a little in advance to when we're gonna be doing it. But we're right around that evening bite time. It's 4 o'clock right now, and the trout they're out there right now about to bite. This is prime time. So go grab the kiddos. We're gonna go hit the lake, see if we can catch some fish. I'm gonna film for you guys. Hopefully we can get it on film, and I'll post it in a future video. All right. God bless to you too. Thanks so much. It was good to see you and talk to you. by JBL. For everybody else in chat, we'll see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Happy trails, my friends.